if you're a Democrat and you come in here and you are in your feelings, this might not be the place. Mm, that is good. Oh, I just logged in, Amy. Greetings, salutations. I just logged in. I was wrapping up my I'm practicing magic, and I was doing my first class. I was taking my first spell on Weak Ass Democrats, and it had so many of them. It ran a little longer than I thought. Yes, that's my new thing. I'm doing result to magic because obviously intellect and appealing to reason is not working. I'm drinking. I got some new coffee. I'm drinking it, but I'm like scared because I got on all this white, and I will spill coffee on myself. Will spill coffee on myself. Need to find a towel. Mopping it up with my hat. Greetings, salutations, welcome to Conversations with TNathan. I'll come on in. Yes, I grab a towel in case um, coffee goes around. Yeah, is it? Am I blurry or is it just me? Oh, greetings and good afternoon to my attorney. Yes, if you all are offended by me talking about weak ass Democrats, then this is not the place for you. If you're going to be easily offended that I am about to call Democrats every every synonym I know for weak, and a couple I know for bitches, then you all are in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place. You're going to get your feelings hurt. So, as long as you can accept that, welcome. This is my schedule for the rest of the week of the places I will be going to. We'll be going to help those who happen to be homeless. I had to put that on schedule because I'm homeless. Today we were at Catholic Charities and New Hope Food Pantry. Tomorrow I'll be at Starfish, Open Arms, and New Hope. I have to put it on paper now. Not being paid to keep up with it, but you know what we have to do. You know what we have to do. Still not getting paid no matter how much the government is opened up. It's not opened up yet. But it's going along the timeline I said it was going to go along. I would, true and true. Fuck the whole system, but unfortunately, we have to operate in this system and we have to find a better way to navigate it. And we have to start taking some reality checks. Because I technically want to cuss out everybody who last week, starting with the decision by the Supreme Court, what I said, son, I want to cuss all of them out that says the Democrats have a plan or people were just brilliant and I didn't understand. I want somebody to come up here and explain to me what the fuck did I understand and what did I get wrong. Yeah, all those people. Where y'all at? I want you to explain to me what I didn't understand and what did I got wrong. Because it looks like ever since Thursday, everything I said was going to happen has happened. As a matter of fact, let's go back to the election night on Tuesday when I told you all Democrats were about to fuck up the shutdown. I want to go back to Tuesday of last week when I said when they were talking about all these tweets, and I told you the only thing it proved to me is that Democrats, you all are perfectly willing to come home. They were talking about oh black men came home and Hispanics came home and people that voted with Donald Trump come home. No, let me tell you something. You just proved you can elect a white woman, you can elect a Muslim man, and you can elect a few other people across the country. But you also proved to me you could elect a black woman to president. That's all it shows me. All the misogyny, no, Menage a bar was in full effect. All that showing out that you all were doing on Tuesday, y'all proved to me y'all can elect everybody but a black woman to the presidency. Fight me, fight me. I'm standing here on this hill. Fight me. Do you have a P.O. box? I do not have a PO box. I can't afford one right now. Government shutdown. And I'm sorry, I don't have a PO box. That's why I accept donations through Cash App. If you in the DMs, if you somebody I know and I have your telephone number, I'll give you my address. But give me the DMs and tell me what's up, and I'll be in the DMs for approximately 30 minutes tonight. That's my new thing. I will watch DMs. Anytime I'll be in the DM for the 30 minutes after the show, and if you have a message to send me, then it's time to send it. So yeah, where I want, do I need to pull up comments? When people were telling me I didn't know what I was talking about and how brilliant everybody else was, and I said bullshit. Yes, I feel some kind of way. I want fights. I want to fight. People, I laid out the facts of why things were bad decisions, and people will say, "Well, I'm just going to have to agree to disagree with you." What fact did I outline that you disagree with? That's all I ask. What fact? What fact on how the system works as far as facts? Yeah, I'm just going to disagree. We're going to agree to disagree. On what fact? On what fact? Yeah, you can disagree on opinions all you want to, but when you said we're gonna disagree, we're gonna agree to disagree on facts. What the fuck are you all talking about? I need answers. I need answers. Greetings, Gracie. I see you, and greetings, Amy. I finally didn't say it first. Yeah, and I see Rain has joined us. But I need some answers. I need some answers. I need to know when people say they disagree with me, we're going to agree to disagree on facts. I want people to tell me what facts in the last 5 days have I posted about that you disagree with. I want some answers. I will be late, everyone. Oh, we need to change show hours. DJ don't be doing anything anyway at 11 o'clock. I'm just kidding, DJ. Just kidding. But the fam say I need to stay longer on the show. You know, it's a foregone conclusion. You can't kick me off until I get ready to leave. So just in case those of y'all who are joining us don't know what I'm ranting about, I'm ranting about the Democrats did exactly what I said they were going to do last week on Tuesday after this. I said it Tuesday for people that were here, but I made a video about it Wednesday that they were going to fuck up. And sure enough, here we are. Here we are at what I like to call Democrats fucked up Central. And I'm on YouTube streaming this. Democrat fucked up Central. How do you, for the last 40 days, say you are fighting for us to have lower ACA subsidies, meaning to get the ACA subsidies so people can have reasonable access to health care by having universal insurance? How is it that you spent 40 days pushing this and then today you caved? Well, yesterday, actually Sunday, you caved, and then you get a commitment on lowering ACL, making ACA subsidies extended. How in the fucking hell is that a thing? And then all these, and then if you all tag me in one of those white Democrats trying to spin this as a win, I'm blocking you. Don't play with me. I'm blocking you. I don't care who you are. If you tag me in one more white Democrat influencer on this app trying to call this a win and spinning it, I'm blocking you. I'm so goddamn tired of people insulting my intelligence because some 27-year-old white boy said something that they think I need to listen to. I wish another one of you all would. I wish another one of you all would. I am blocking you. Listen, family, don't play with me. Not even joking with me on that level. I will block you, and I will lose no sleep about it. I am tired of people insulting my intelligence with these little influencers that they think have market cornered on something when they can't even explain their way out of a wet paper bag. And anyone who is spinning this as a win, listen, we didn't go into this shutdown fighting for SNAP benefits. I hate to tell you all that. The Democrats talking about we got SNAP benefits funded for the next year no matter what. I missed that part where you all were fighting so hard for SNAP benefits before this. I missed that part. I missed the part where you all went into this fighting for jobs of people that Donald Trump had fired. I missed that part because you all got two things that a judge is going to overturn anyway. The firing of the people that were fired by Donald Trump, they gave you all that because the judge had said that they couldn't do it during the shutdown. They gave you that. And you thought you got something as a compromise? The judge had already ruled on that. Already. And the son SNAP benefits for the next year, that was going to be taken care of anyway. Anyway. Yeah. So what? Somebody tell me exactly what you all think the Democrats want. Oh, they did get a commitment to have an up and down vote on ACA subsidies sometime before December, and they said that if the Republicans don't play nice, we will go on shutdown in January. So this is what you all did. You all took the Democrats took us for 40 days of pain and suffering. Some of us out without pay. We did that without. But here's the thing, weak ass Democrats. I want you to listen up. The Republicans and Donald Trump have y'all's number. The Republicans, under the leadership of Donald Trump, understand democratic human weakness better than anything. Better than anything. And you all are weak for continuing to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Gracie asked me to explain that to her. And I was like, stop playing with me. Are you really? I need to explain banana in the tailpipe? Banana tailpipe. That's falling for the same trick over and over. Like banana in the tailpipe, car, black back bars, and then go for it. You continue to go for it. It's like Wile E. Coyote continue to fall for road runners tricks. That's banana in the tailpipe action. About the next waste energy. Listen, they've been killing Democrats like I beat up prosecutors for years, for decades, Robert. And that's what gets me, right? We get to this point and we're having looking. I was I was really through with Democrats in November, but I said, I'm gonna offer you all some advice. Stop caving. I mean, you're not coming this far, and then you're gonna say, well, we'll just go back on shutdown in January if it doesn't work out. I call cap. I call cap. And then if you did go back on strike, and if you do shut the government down again in January, so you're gonna you fight to open it for the holiday season. let's let's be realistic. Yeah, you fight to open for the holiday season because people, your donors told you that hey, Black Friday's coming and Cyber Monday. And those are two of the most important shopping holidays. We get to make up at least a third of our bottom line. We need to get it open by then. I said what I said. I said what I said. I listened to every one of those 8 Democrats. Well, technically, it was 7 Democrats and Agnes King, who is an independent, who caucuses with the Democrats. I wonder why all the independents caucus with Democrats and not Republicans. But I digress. So John Fetterman is a piece of shit, weak ass piece of shit. Um, he voted with him. He was the first Democrat to vote with him on September the 19th. Yeah. Um, I try not to call women pieces of shit, but all female senators that voted for it are pieces of shit also, and their justifications don't hold. You come out and say, "Well, we knew that this was the best deal we were going to get because Donald Trump was never going to agree to ACA subsidies being paid for a year." Why'd you go? Why did you all? If you knew that, why did you all go and shut down in the first place? I think something made sense. If you knew Donald Trump, I don't have my glasses on, so yeah, take that in consideration. Um, Shay got banned and needs to help follow. Shay, you in here? Shay, you in here? All right. When Shay come in, y'all let me know. Let me know when she comes in, and Shay got her account banned. And, we're gonna y'all need to ask you all to follow. Oh, Shay, is this your new account? Y'all see Shay Capone? Is that your new account? Shay got her. Okay, Shay got her account suspended. Y'all can give us help in hand and follow her so we get our account back up. Y'all know how it is on TikTok when you are banned because of your speech. So y'all do me a favor, do me a solid, and y'all follow Shay on her new account. As I try to burn myself with coffee, yes, I do have a towel in my lap because I would put it up here if y'all wasn't here, but I'm trying to look dignified, like I'm not gonna spill my coffee on my white hoodie, white and red hoodie. I will, I will, I will. Even I got a security talk. I got a security talk, but let it get too hot. Is liking with my tip kosher on the stream. Yes, liking with your tip is kosher on the screen. But if you want to be more of a part of helping us help those who happen to be homeless, and back to um, people that are food insecure that we do. I told you I got my new schedule here. Um, Cash App is right here. It goes directly to it, and you can see it directly where your money goes to, that you don't have to split half of it with TikTok. But we do take any way you want to give it. You want to give it that way? That's what you got. I would appreciate it. But those of us, those it's 54 of y'all in here. I get $5 from everybody in here, $10 in here. That would get us through the week for helping those who happen to be homeless and those who are experiencing food insecurity still. Because even though the Senate caved, the shutdown is not over yet, even though it will be over. And don't come and listen, people will say, well, how do you know the House is going to do? How do you know the House is going to approve it? Because they can lose margin until and they still have enough votes in the House to pass. Y'all forget that the Republicans control the House, even though it's a slim margin. It's a slim margin. It's still control. And no matter what Marjorie Taylor Bill, bad bleach blonde, bad Bill, bad bitch, says, she's still a Republican. Now, even though she's falling out of favor with Donald Trump because she said something about the former jihadist president that's now president of Syria coming to the White House today, and he said she's lost her way. Yeah, yeah. And I told you all, Republicans like Muslims as long as they're kowtowing to the president. You give him a plane, you invest $2 billion, you come groveling to the White House to him, he loves you as being Muslim. If you're Zoran Mandani, yes, not so much. Thank you, attorney. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You like I say, this is the schedule for this week. You all see all these places. There's a schedule for this week that that I'm going to make it to as far as being at all day, giving out groceries for those who have to be food insecure. This is above and beyond what we usually do. This we figured out we need to go to I need to go to some areas and we're going to go to those areas and assist people there with passing out groceries to people who are experiencing food insecurity. Because even if this is, I said I was right. I told you the Senate. If you watch my last video and people talking about procedural, that I told you all in that video. I said, guess what? The Senate is going to go through all these procedural hurdles tonight. I said by tonight. I said the bill would make it to the House either Tuesday, late Tuesday, or early Wednesday. The only reason I said that is because, they've been on vacation since September the 19th, getting paid, by the way. The House has been getting paid. All of them have been getting paid. Their staff has not been paid, but, they've been everywhere but in Washington in their offices where they needed to be working out some kind of system. I just got an alert that said the Senate passed. Listen, I'm here talking about it because I knew it was going to happen. Listen, that's how confident I am in my ability to understand and navigate the political system of this country. I made that video. I said what I said in the video. I said it was going to pass tonight. I said that the only reason I was giving them any exercise is because tomorrow is Veterans Day. But let me tell you who's gonna be in Washington. Mike Jones, Mike Johnson is going to have the Republicans in Washington. Now, Democrats, y'all pay what he want to. He gonna have a quorum in Washington of Republicans ready to pass this bill and have it on Donald Trump's desk to sign sometime this week. The only holdout I had was Rand Paul, a Republican. I was like, the Republican is not. He's the why they needed 8 Democrats in the first place. Because Rand Paul stood on business. He said, I ain't voting for this shit. Republican. I still don't like him, but he's a Republican from Kentucky. Kentucky, y'all know y'all represent y'all senator. He's a and listen, I'm gonna tell you why he voted for it in the end because they let him tack on some kind of hemp production for Kentucky. Yeah, all of a sudden, marijuana is top of the Republican senator's list of things he needs for his state to get him to vote to open up. Yep, 52 and 8. 52 Republicans and eight Democrats. Well, 7 Democrats and Angus Hill, Angus King. So I told you once they got the first 60 vote, they wasn't gonna change their mind on the next 60 vote. They wasn't gonna change. Once that vote came in Sunday, we knew they wasn't gonna change their mind on Monday. And the Democratic leadership is in the Senate and the House. Um, I give the House a little pass, but the Senate Democratic leadership is bullshit. Chuck Schumer, pack your bags. And I want another misconception. People like, oh, those 8 senators, they're retiring. No, only one of them is retiring, and the rest of them don't have elections until 2030. And I think one has an election in 2028. But listen, listen, that has nothing to do with it. That should have been even more incentive to not do it because you didn't have anything to lose if you retired. The only senator who is retiring is Hassie. I think she retires in she retires. She's gonna retire this year. Good old Chuck. What did I miss? I've been sick most of the day, so it's foggy. I can't. We're gonna have to have a phone call about if your head is foggy. But what I'm basically talking about is weak ass Democrats caving, and then and then listen. You got the Democrats caving, and then there's you got your Democratic white boys on this app trying to spin it like it's a success. Like, well, we just got so much out of it, and now we I'm out here feeding people that happen to be hungry, and those who happen to be homeless because of this shutdown. And we're doing this for free, not getting paid ourselves. And you talking about this is a win, and we still don't have ACA credits, subsidies available to people. You all, I know you all know, because some of you all are in ACA and you all understand. When did the portal open? The portal opened on November the 1st, right? Right? The portal is open right now. Y'all see those new healthcare prices? I'm a white Democratic guy and no spin. We fucked up. Just want to say, keep up the good work. Thank you. Humbled and honored. Thank you. Listen, go check on the portal. El Haj Malik Shabazz. Are you in here? Are you on my live right now? I just said, yeah, Jackie and Jean. Listen, listen. Understand, all people not getting stamped for all those people not getting stamped for. Listen, all the agencies that have not gotten the federal benefits to assist also, all those also. Hold on. Do you mean his name before he became Malcolm X or his name after he got back from Mecca? Because Malcolm Little was his name before it became Malcolm X, and El Haj Malik Shabazz was his name after he came from Mecca. Give me a moment because obviously my voice to text does not want to. Yeah, hold on just a minute. Okay, he appeals released the full snap amount. He appeal release. So so do you follow me? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. You follow? Do you follow me by any chance? Fat. What's that? Point suck. Ah, because I like to be wondering sometimes if people follow me. Um, yeah, because that's what people were on my post that I made about the Supreme Court decision that Ketanji Brown Jackson made in reference to the administration appealing the lower court's ruling. Yeah, I'm talking about all that. See, this is a collective thing. I have to know these things. I can, as long as you're not MAGA. Well, I before read the room, maybe go watch a couple of my videos, and then you'll see you get a feel for who I am and what I want to talk. Yeah. So then you won't have to, and that's what I say. I say maybe you all should engage in research before you engage in statements in my life. A little research. I mean, you don't even have to go back 10. You can go watch 3 of my videos because usually 3 of my videos are cussing out the current occupant of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue or calling maggots stupid or certain people on the left stupid also. So back to where I was. Weak ass Democrats. Listen up. You all failed. You all had one job. You had one job. Only one senator. You did you just send me after I just said all this? I know my chief of security didn't send me all this. I just checked the portal. Cheapest plan for a family of four is $900, and that's up 26%. That's up 26%. Yeah, the names are in my last video. Okay, hold up. Y'all know you, chief of security, chief of security. Let's get it. Let's get it. I know my chief of security been busy today, but let's get it. 7 minute video en route. Yeah, yeah, 7 minute video en route. Telling you, yeah, because we are going. Y'all want? Let's talk about. Let's see if I can talk about. Let's see how. Let's see if I got. I don't know. I gotta say. Hold on. I gotta get a. I don't want it to freeze up. Let's make sure we have the. Listen to me. Stop tagging me in your favorite Democratic creators talking about the Democrats have a strategy when the Democrats have not had a strategy since before the November 5th election of last year. I said what I said. Is it? Y'all can hear that? All right. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to see if I can play it because you know me, I have. Listen to me. Stop tagging me in your favorite Democratic creators talking about the Democrats have a strategy when the Democrats have not had a strategy since before the November 5th election of last year. I said what I said. Stop tagging me in them because at the end of the day, no matter how you spin it, the Democrats caved during this shutdown. It's time you all face the reality of the situation. Donald Trump and the Republicans have an uncanny awareness of Democratic weakness, and they exploit it every time. As I make this video, there's another procedural vote coming up in the Senate to advance the deal they struck yesterday. And then there's another procedural vote and another one. And I'm going to go out here on a limb and say that the Senate is going to advance this bill to the House. You remember the video I made three
Look at the
hours
time.
before the last
Look
vote?
at the time I
Well,
made this
I'm
video.
going back out on that limb and saying that this deal will make it out of the Senate and head to the House, if not by late Tuesday, by early Wednesday. Okay, real quick, tell me the issue that started this shutdown in the first place. What were Democrats fighting for? While you all struggle with that one, riddle me this. How is this a compromise when the thing you were fighting for in the very beginning is not even part of a compromise in the very end? This deal in no way includes any of the ACA subsidies that the
None
Democrats were allegedly fighting for in the
in the first
beginning.
place.
What they are getting is a vote in December on those possibilities of
Possibilities
subsidies.
of
And
subsidies.
there's no guarantee that the Republicans will work to pass it. You got an IOU that is worth nothing.
I owe
Donald
you a
Trump
vote.
hates the Affordable Health Care Act. He hates anything to do with the idea of President Obama's legacy, and he has been working to undermine it
Don't
ever
go
since he
anywhere.
was in
Hold up.
office
Don't
the
leave.
first time. And with Republicans in control of the House, the Senate, and the White House, how do you think this up or down vote will go? And this
Do I need to
deal to
pause it
fund the
there?
government expires on January the 30th. And Democrats are talking about if they don't get the ACA credits in a straight up and down vote by the end of December, when premiums are already rising. If you have gone to the ACA portal, you notice that already. If they don't get them to vote on passing
You
and
heard that,
making it a
Robert?
bill, they'll just shut the government down again
You heard that,
in
DJ? That
January.
was for you.
As I make this video and get ready to post it, it is 4:15 p.m. Central Standard Time, and the United States Senate is about to have another procedural vote on advancing this deal. They need 60 senators. They have already had 8 Democrats join them. They lost one Republican senator, Rand Paul, the Republican representative
I
from
cover it all.
Kentucky, and he may throw a monkey wrench into the system by demanding something for his acquiescence,
And
probably
they
like
gave it to him.
hemp farming in Kentucky or
They
something.
gave it to him.
So let's review the 8 Democrats that joined the Republicans in order to advance this deal. First up, you have Senator John Fetterman from the state of Pennsylvania.
Weak
And I
ass
will
bitch.
remind you that Senator Fetterman has joined the Republicans in all votes since September the 19th to reopen the government. Nevada Senator
Catherine Cortez Masto joined the Republicans on the second round of voting just before the government shutdown. Angus
September the
King
20th, I
is
believe.
technically an independent from the state of Maine, but he caucuses with the Democrats, and he voted against the shutdown in the second vote also on September the 30th. Let's set the record straight on something that your favorite Democrats that you all tag me in for this spin talk about how these Democratic senators are not up for reelection. The only one that has announced their retirement is Senator Dick Durbin from Illinois. He joined them talking about something pain and suffering of the American people that he was so interested in. Senator Maggie Hassan from New Hampshire is one of the Democrats that brokered the deal to get the other 8 Democrats to join the Republicans. Senator Tim Kaine joined the Republicans, and he is from Virginia.
I
You
remember
know,
Virginia.
Virginia, who last Tuesday had a sweep of the top 3 offices in their states, overturning Republican rule, and he joined the Republicans in this deal. And Senator Jackie
There you go.
Rosen from Nevada also said the following. She said she joined the measure because President Trump and Washington Republicans are weaponizing their power in alarming ways to inflict unimaginable pain and suffering on working people.
That was her statement.
Shocking. And a senator that had nothing to lose, Senator Jackie Sheeney, I think I pronounced that correctly, a
I don't care.
Democrat from New Hampshire,
Don't tell me I
helped
didn't.
broker this deal. And she is retiring next year. And she said this was the best deal. No, no, I'm sorry. She said this was the only deal on the table. And I quote, "It was our only best chance to reopen the government and immediately begin negotiations to extend the ACA tax credits that tens of millions of Americans rely on to keep costs down." So, what have we been doing for the last 40 days? What? Now, barring some Tom Clancy level unforeseen circumstances, I predict that this bill will pass the Senate and head to the House for a Tuesday or Wednesday vote where the Republicans hold the majority. And even if Marjorie Taylor Greene decides to defect, they still will have 218. Let's see. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And let me know the time that you see this video in relation to the time I released it.
So I released that at 4:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's when I made it. 4:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I, I stand on it. I stand on it. Is that my niece? Is that my niece just entered the chat? Greetings and salutations. Okay, just making sure. I posted it 4:15, said what I had to say, and now, as of course, people in my comment section, just like they were on the one in my comment section talking about um Marjorie Taylor, the pause on SNAP benefits, telling me I don't understand. What in the fuck did I get wrong? I'm listening. What in the fuck did I get wrong? Come on. What in my video made you think that you need to tag me in somebody that is 30 years younger than me? As a matter of fact, he's probably 32 years younger than me. That has probably, I've never been in the White House. the White House where my cousin Cedric worked, and I was a convicted felon, and I still got into the White House because uh, my cousin was there under both two administrations. I've been to the White House. I mean, in the White House, not outside the White House taking pictures. But yeah, yeah, exactly, right. We're out here. We're out here being falling for the tailpipe banana trick every time. And I said, they're gonna fuck it up. And they read the room like they had a mandate that was agreeable. Hey, Robert, thank you. Just got your donation came through. Thank you, Robert. Um, yeah, that's what they want you out here believing. That's what they out here believing. I see people. I started talking about Democrats. People got mad and left. I started talking about the Holy Grails. They got mad and left. Don't be mad at me. Listen, don't be mad at me because we told you all the truth, and you all didn't want to believe it when we told you. That people out here doing everything they can to survive, to get to the point. Listen, poor, a family of four on the affordable health care plan, $900. $900. Like I say, I'm asking, how many of you all are on ACA? How many people in here use ACA for, for their health care insurance? And some of you all are work for companies. The company uses it, they just put you in. They just put you in on the company. They put you on company insurance. But you know ACA also. How much of your premium is going up? Those who have looked at their premiums on those system first and trying to hold out and hoping that the Democrats were going to get the subsidy. How many of y'all have looked at your premiums and see what you'll be paying this year? Anybody? And on top of that, let's think of on top of that, right? We don't have universal health care. You all know that, right? We do not have universal health care. So all of those who have to be homeless, they don't have universal health care. We're talking about another 2 million people easily in this country that are homeless, not the ones that just are bootstrapped or experiencing food insecurities, and the first thing that's going to go is their insurance. Nah, we just gonna talk about that. We still don't. We still don't. There is still no plan to insure the uninsured in this country. But if you had universal health care, you wouldn't have to worry about insuring the uninsured because we have universal health care. If we were going to hold out this long, we should have been holding out for universal health care. Y'all were just going to get to the listen. And the thing about it is, Republicans were seriously contemplating other strategies after seeing those election results Tuesday. After they saw those election results Tuesday, and they were looking at midterm, they could, yeah, prime time. But no, no, that's not what happened at all. What did we get? Well, I think this is a good time to just give in because the Republican Party and Donald Trump know the failings and weaknesses of the Democratic Party, and they've had enough. And listen, I told you, all them conspiracy theories that you all be floating about, what does Donald Trump have on these people? Nothing, nothing. They're just weak. Stop trying to give them excuses like somebody has some massive kind of information on them that they will vote this way. They have nothing on them. They're not in the Epstein files. I'm so tired of everybody thinking that something, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. You're just weak as fuck. Yeah, it's weak as y'all just weak as fuck. That's why they voted the way they did. They're weak as fuck. They're not. Donald Trump doesn't have anything on him. He just understands the frailty of the Democratic Party. But Israel does have Yeah, they do. Listen, they have it because we make sure they have it. The United States is the reason universal health care exists in Israel. Because when you give them that many billions of dollars over years, they can have universal health care because they don't have to spend as much of their money on missile defense and the military because the United States does it. All they have to do is pay their military. Their weapons are like manna from heaven. I said, yeah. But I do believe DJ has something on Reese. Nah, I said it. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I gotta see. DJ used to live in California. He used to live in California. Yeah. Don't have to, don't have to have a long talk with DJ. Yeah. About the right age too. About the right age. Yep. Don't have to talk. If y'all don't know, don't worry about it. Um, before we go, since she gonna keep me on this 9 minute list, before we go, and I can rant all night about this, but I know people have to work tomorrow. How many people off tomorrow? Yeah. So tomorrow's Veterans Day, right? I don't know why I thought it was Monday, but you all do know that I'm not going to hold the live about it. I'm going to mention it now, and I'm not going to probably mention it again in context. But I'm sure by now you all know about the TikToker that was live streaming and struck a 59-year-old man named Daryl Lucas, killing him while they were driving. I'm not posting a live about them. That's why I'm mentioning it now. I made a video on it, and the only reason I'm mentioning it, and the only reason I made a video on it was because of two things. Because my family loves me sometimes too much, and one of them, who will remain nameless, Reese, sent me a video sent me a video that was a recording of the person that was driving, operating the vehicle with children in the car and thought whatever they were talking about somebody else's business was so important that they needed to go live right at that moment and read comments. Um, they decided to post a video. They went live. They went live. And I like I told you, I was not gonna watch it. But I said Reese sent it to me. So I guess it's for a reason. And I'm off there's no roaches in the opening, so I think, yeah, okay, it's safe. You know, normally within 2 seconds. If I see some roaches, I know she's trying to get me and I don't want anything else. But this woman went live and said, why do you keep selling on me? Like, I'll be the coach. All right. The woman went live and had the nerve to say she was accepting Cash App donations for her mental health. I can't even get Cash App donations to feed those who have to be homeless. And somehow she gets Cash App donations for her mental health. So she was operating a vehicle, struck somebody, killed them while live streaming with your children. But she can get Cash App. But and also, this is also somebody. Oh, I also want to rise somebody in here that came to me. This was the person who told me I could come to their live and tell my side of the story of something that happened 4 years ago. Yeah, this is the same person. So I'm already like, I still got over 800,000 followers, and you got 20,000. You think I need to come to your live? But I digress. And somebody knows who brought me that message. Mm. But the next reason I'm making is because there are people out here making videos who parent actually nameless, are making videos talking about she shouldn't have been driving while live streaming, like we don't know who they are. Like we don't know who they are. Like they haven't made videos literally live streaming in their cars while they were driving. The hypocrisy is astounding. Some of them had their children in car seats and I know this from personal experience. And some of those same people are making lives about that. Hypocrisy is a and I don't mean like making lives with the children who are driving from months ago. I mean a week before this happened. Some of them were. Some of them were. Using the same screen. The same green screen. There was a woman in a box with her child in the back seat, unbuckled with the child talking on in her car while she was driving after that incident took place. Listen, it's like it is crazy watching people whole lives trying to check somebody that they could be that they could be. So that's why I addressed it because the hypocrisy is right. These people are not just can't wait. Listen, not only listen, if it is not and I'm not even talking about anything except somebody else's business. We're talking about somebody else's business. This is messy talk that I avoid like the plague, the bubonic plague. People send me messy talk and I cuss them out and block them temporarily for sending me shit. There are too many things for me I worry about that I keep up with and whose husband is cheating on who on TikTok. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care who's sucking whose body part. I don't care. I don't care about those things. I definitely don't care about anything that any of the people who have anything to do with me going and spending 13 months on vacation have to say about their mistakes in the past. Because I don't care. When I get ready to Tom Clancy, you all, I'm going to Tom Clancy, you all. And if you don't know what Tom Clancy is, you don't read enough books. You need to read some books. Yes, I don't. So that's all I have to say on it. You all continue to listen to these hypocrites that have nothing better to do. And a lot of these hypocrites used to be calling themselves social justice warriors, and now they spend all of their time on TikTok selling you items or talking about other people's business. But I don't hear any social justice coming from them anymore. Yeah, I see what I see. All these people used to be social justice warriors when George Floyd was murdered. They were out here rattling cages, not at any protests. I didn't see them at any protests. They were out here rattling cages, had the Black Power as in their picture, and now they are out here selling the cheap items on TikTok. I can't get items. At least you're gonna sell me. Try to sell me an item. Sell me something good. You're out here selling cheap Chinese goods, and I can go to the dollar store. I said what I said. What I said. But a lot of your favorite creators that you all follow still out here. I realized that the only reason they knew anything about politics is because I was in their lives, not because they do anything. They were parroting the points I was raising. Now, just go to one of the lives and ask them how many congressmen are in the House of Representatives. Ask them how many Democrats, how many Republicans. Go ask them who is Hakeem Jeffries. Test me out. Test me. Go ask how many of them even talked about what's transpired during the shutdown. Test me out. Test me out. All I need to do is learn how to draw, and I can beat all of them. And trust me, if I wanted to learn how to draw, it wouldn't be a problem. Wouldn't be a problem. Yeah, I don't have to have. I wouldn't have to have AI write a book for me. If I wanted to write a book, I just write one. I wouldn't have to get AI. You feel like I'm talking about your favorite creator? Yeah, I am. I am. God, are you smarter than a God, are you smarter than a Grok? I need to start. I'm smarter than a TNathan. No, it's not even about. It's just about consistency. It's just about consistency. I have not wavered in anything I stand on since I first came on this app, political commentary, social justice, awareness, all of that. Because it's a lifestyle. It's not something I just pick up when I turn on TikTok. It's a lifestyle. It is who I am at my core. And I made the mistake of thinking a lot of other people were at their core too, because they have TikToks about it. Notice I never saw them at any protest or functions I was at. They always talked like they were there. And yeah, so I mean what I said. If I hurt your feelings, okay, see, I'm getting off. Hey, hey, what's up, GCPR? It's your guy TNathan with the conversation with TNathan. Thank you. I see I got 7,300 y'all listening to me outside of the United States. I appreciate that. I appreciate keeping touch with one of you all. I know I haven't got to y'all's emails lately. I will. As soon as I get my own website built, easier to facilitate. I can do it in real time. But I will get to it. Log off on the GCPR, the DJ Pattern, and remember, when I act kindness, tell somebody you love them, and I hope you get that in return. All right, GCPR. DJs, I'm yours. Reese, I think I'm gonna have to tell. I'm gonna tell DJ Reese on his paper. Yeah, he needs to on his paper. Are you still working in the community? Yes, it never stops. Yeah, even when I'm not getting paid, I'm working in the community. Even when we're not getting paid, we're working in the community. I accept all Christmas gifts and cash apps. Glad you. And this is the cash app. If you all still wanna, if you all wanna participate in what we do and help us do what we do, please. We, like I say, the government is still shut down, but we do this even when the government is not shut down because, as quiet as it kept, food insecurity is a thing regardless. Because our government is not working to end homelessness and it is not working to give people a livable wage in a society that bills itself as the richest country in the world. And there's no reason that people are working and living in a car and eating and having to eat at shelters. There's no reason that company is not paying a full-time employee a livable wage. There's no reason companies have jobs that don't pay livable wages. So then we sit around and watch people talk about people that are trying the best they can to make it in this system. And $36 a year out of your tax go to supporting them, while over $600 out of your taxes go for corporate welfare. And weak ass bitches are on social media talking about they don't care that people are not getting a snap in them. I wouldn't care if you got hit in the head with 82. For those of y'all who don't know, 82 is my new, you say lead, but people start to catch on. And if you 82 is the atomic number of lead on the periodic table. So when I reference getting hit in the head by 82, that's what I mean. Lead. What is lead a primary? Figure it out. Figure it out. I'm about to create a video playing basketball with chicken eggs as I watch. And I'm glad you mentioned that, Petra, because that is the truth of the matter, right? Is that last year, like I say, y'all just proved y'all couldn't elect a black woman. Y'all could elect everybody but a black woman. That's what you proved to me on Tuesday. But last year, you think about it. Going into the election, what was it? Food prices. Everybody was talking about we're voting the way we're voting because we want food prices to come down. But where y'all at now? Only thing that came down was eggs, and they going back up, and they're going to go up higher. Wait till the bird flu that you all don't hear about because Robert F. Kennedy is in control of the CDC, and they're trying to keep it quiet. Wait till they start slaughtering a million birds again in this country because of the bird flu, and you're going to watch egg prices skyrocket. Then what you going to say? And right now, how many of y'all going to be driving for Thanksgiving because you can't afford to take a flight and get an over. And let's talk about something else. I'm looking at the transportation secretary talking about they're cutting flights. Like they cut 4%, they're going to cut 4% yes tomorrow, and then 10% of flights. These are more flights than have ever been in a weather delay. And then on top of that, you're going to add weather delays. Right? But listen, the problem isn't the number of flights. It's that you expect air traffic controllers to work for how long without getting paid? How long? How long? Shipping is way too high. Can't get them shipped to TNathan because it costs. Yeah, exactly. You can't even ship me eggs because it would cost more. It would cost more. Hold on, who's getting one of them tin cans in the sky? Listen, I still safer than driving every other week in this country. I know more people die. I know, I get it still. But my thing is, they're talking about, and Donald Trump, y'all saw the text, he said all air traffic controllers need to get back to work or they're going to be seriously docked. Listen, listen, listen. Is that the right you all really want to go? You really want to threaten air traffic controllers that are already stressing about the fact that their families haven't had a full paycheck in 3 pay periods, and your big plan is to threaten air traffic controllers? Make sense. That's your big plan. You want to air traffic control isn't the problem. It's you're not paying me. I'm going to drive to DoorDash and Uber until you start paying me. I ain't coming to work. I make DoorDash and Uber, and you talking about you gonna get jobs. You're taking out how much of my zero check? Not with nobody watching the skyline. So you can't take transportation secretary serious. I remember him from the York. Right, right. With nobody, people are watching the skyline, and I think see that's part of the problem too. Is that even in the government shutdown, air traffic controllers are doing their job. The UPS airplane did not fall out the sky because of air traffic controllers, and most accidents that are related to transportation are not because air traffic controllers are usually human malfunction either in the maintenance of the airplane or in the pilot error. That's it. You can stat yourself. Air traffic controllers are doing a hell of a job keeping our skies safe, even under the amount of stress they're I'm talking about the fact that they're overworked. That's still with all that said, they're still doing an amazing job. And they're doing an amazing job. And it goes back to y'all remember the shutdown when Ronald Reagan, I don't know if y'all old enough to remember this, when Ronald Reagan fired all the air traffic controllers and it took 15 years to even get back to a number that was reasonable because he fired all of them. And right now, with the retirement age of 56, mandatory retirement age of 56 for air traffic controllers, there is a supply weakness. But that is still not on the air traffic controllers. That's on the system in which they operate on. If you want to really talk about the system, you have more air traffic coast violations when the system of tracking failed under this administration for 2 days. Nobody wants to talk about that. When the system that they were trying to convert to that was headed by somebody that's the richest man in the world, and all of the system went down. But let's continue to blame that traffic. Yeah, that works. Let's not let him blame Sterling systems that failed. Yep, he was the first president I served under. Really? The newest? Do you know I had to drag block? Do you know I had to block that? Why? Why you tell me that? He bought in the military. What's up, Raven? What's up, Raven? Hey, Raven. I was telling Carrie about how you don't tolerate any Carrie disrespect. I was like, yeah, shoot your shot in the live and Raven, and you're gonna get cussed out. And you're right. The crumb snatcher's gotten so tall. Did you see that? Um, she sent keeping sending me the spaces why I just want to pull my hair. Oh, listen, make good choices, people. glad transitioning to all this. And I'm saying, like I say, Republicans are weak. And the Republicans, with this new attitude, we don't want to get involved in cultural wars right now because we are seeing that's not the way to go. Because bigots and racists don't care about cultural wars, and you think that's your voting audience. You think you're not going to get cultural wars because they're not popular among bigots and racists. Like somehow the bigots and racists are going to vote for you, and you're still going to expel people from your so-called big tent party. Fuck you. Fuck the horse you rode in on. And most of you all are transphobic. I don't want, I think people are failing to realize that the only thing that makes some of us even marginally support the Democratic Party is because we want you to stand up in cultural wars. We will tolerate a lot of other things. But when you are forsaking the rights of people that are dying, I'm not talking about people that are just being bullied or harassed. People are dying, and you're talking about you're not going to undertake cultural wars because they're dragged on the party. Well, we'll leave. I'm telling you, let's remove our entire support from you and show you that the Republicans will literally eat you alive if it wasn't for people like me standing beside you all fighting for cultural wars. She was she was absolutely about to get that on my. Why do you keep sending me this? I don't know, BC. I want that too. So why do people keep sending me these things? Maybe I should take it from your book. I should take it over. Okay, I got it. But at the end of the day, people on serious tip, if we need to make some serious choices. And yes, I'm an advocate for making our votes count, but I'm also an advocate for charging for our votes. I'm not delusional enough to believe that we can change this system with the few people that do tentatively believe exactly what I believe because we don't have the numbers. But we can get the numbers two ways. One, Tom Clancy has some good ideas, but I probably get an FBI agent at my door for mentioning that. Um, but in the interim, there has to be places that we stand that we're immovable. There has to be places that we stand that we're immovable. Right, Gracie? But we also have to accept that we're still going to be in the minority. We can we have to stop this falsehood of believing that those of us who stand unequivocally in a position of fighting for human rights of people that we're in the majority. We're not. We have to start understanding that. No matter how many babies they come into our community and kiss, what kind of promises they make us, that they know us and understand us and they stand with us, we still need to know that we need to use them before we let them use us. If you're going to use us, you're going to pay for it. And you're going to pay for it up front, not on the back end. Because it never fails that on the back end, you tell us to be patient. On the back end, you tell us, okay, let me understand what I'm into. Oh, you were supposed to be understanding what you were getting into before you got into. When you were telling us that this is what you were standing for with us, you were supposed to stand on the system. I don't expect so much one person to law because I know how the system works. It takes a group of people. But I expect you to um, charge for your services when you get to your representatives also. You know how many times I watch Republicans get deals for what they want with people that they didn't get along with? You know how many times I watched it? And now I've told you all who politics better, Democrats or Republicans. Republicans, Democrats, Republicans politics much better than Democrats. Republicans also don't have the litmus test that Republican Democrats have to hold on. Republicans say, "You believe what I believe? Okay, you can we accept you." Democrats have to hold litmus test. Have you ever cheated on your wife? What does that have to do with me? You getting office to make decisions for my community. Have do this and this? Listen, listen. I have beat people up and attempted to beat you up, and you ask me a whole question about what I've done. What does that have to do with my ability to make good decisions for my community? What does that have to do? Democrats, you don't have to do litmus test. You want to have you ever done this? Have you ever smoked? You want people to lie to you. Democrats want people to lie to you to make you feel better about it. Yes, yes, yes. Y'all do. And then when somebody does something, like they tell you the first thing y'all do, no matter what their voting record has been, like I said, there are some deal breakers. There's some deal breakers. I still believe there should be deal breakers. Like anything Donald Trump has done should be a deal breaker. We are not accepting anybody to speak for us that has violated the rights of children in any kind of way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? Violated a woman or a man in any way, shape, or form. Those are deal breakers. But that's between you and your wife to work out if you sleeping with somebody else is a deal breaker. That's not. I don't know the dynamics of your marriage, and I don't care about them as long as they don't have anything to do with how you choose to vote. My autonomy. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you dress the drag. You playing. Don't don't care. What's this got to do with you understanding the system? Democrats, you all need to. Your litmus test is the reason you have good leadership. Your litmus test. You don't really want people who can fight. Y'all don't, because you have such a litmus test that exempts the people who can fight from getting your vote. Yep, y'all do. I'm gonna tell you, y'all need to start electing some people who have been in prison and have been fighting and know what it's like. You all, y'all elect the same people that say you all from the same upper crust of society that you all always sitting around talking about eating rich. But that's who you all. That's who you all continue to vote for. You continue to vote for people who are firmly entrenched in the system, and then be shocked when they vote to not secure the rights and liberties of the very people we think are important. You have to understand. You have to become the majority. Trump is trying to stop. Who has become the majority? Dark Knight, where you been? Chief of Security, Chief of Security, and Reese. Shut up. Listen, Dark Knight. Let's take this. I can, like I told you all before at the last time. I can handle all intellectual conversation without any help. Right? Now, put this up. Dark Knight, let me tell you something. We are not the majority. That is the problem. What's up, Doug? That's Duet Ninja. Oh, what's up, Doug? Duet Ninja sent you here? Yeah, thank you for coming. Listen, Dark Knight, we're not the majority. That's the whole point. If we were the majority, we wouldn't be in this position. If we were the majority, we would overrun the system. I know people do exactly what we need to bring about revolutionary change in this country. We're not. Racist bigots and misogynists are the majority. Mediocre white men who are trying to are more interested in saving their place in society than expanding society to include the spirit people we speak for and stand with are the majority. Because they also have mediocre white women who don't seem to understand that linking yourself to the man who only thinks you're good for not even to vote and just to produce male children, maybe not be in your best interest either. Now leave anything out. I mean, and notice I said the word mediocre. If you're not mediocre and you put that shoe on, then you might be mediocre. You put that shoe on, when I said mediocre white men and women, and once you get your feelings, then you are, that shoe fits. What Trump became president at the same time we were starting to graduate from college faster than him. Actually, no, he didn't. Actually, women have been graduating from college faster than men. It goes back before Donald Trump. I understand why you say it because I understand how old you are. And I understand the way your perception. And you perceive things in your lifetime span and not the full scope of history, like my chief of security can. If you don't stop, you perceive things in the limited scope of your existence and not in the true scope of time and research. This and you should have. I wish you were here. One night that I played a documentary on these mediocre men talking about their problems based upon the success of women. What night was that? What night did I play that? What night did I play that? He is for real, Reese. And I wish you all would stop doing that because he's for real because he's speaking from his experience point. Everybody doesn't read as much as I do. It's accomplished more than just their experience point in their life. I'm trying to explain that to you. And a lot of you all want to have these things, and a lot of you all didn't know this before I told you all this also. So I need you to chill for a minute while I explain this to him. Because let's not act like that was always the truth. It is nice that people are caught up, but a lot of you all are not there already. A lot of you all are there because you've been following me for years and hearing this. Um, I think it was last Thursday, Friday. Thank you, Worley. So last Thursday we played I played a documentary. In that documentary, yes, I tell people I am not the one to have the discussion with about how mediocre men feel like the society is passing them by based upon the advances of women. That is an insecurity factor and it is a problem. And we watched this and all these everything but introspective was involved in these me. I watched mothers coddle their sons to the point of making them believe that they didn't live in a patriarchy and they had to be treated with kid gloves on. Listen, we live in a patriarchy. Black men, we live in a patriarchy also. We live in a patriarchy. Your self-worth should never be defined by what women are finally accomplishing because the system is allowing them small accomplishments. When we get to that end of the day, most of our senators are men, most of our House of Representatives are men, most of the Fortune 500 company leaders are men and white men. But they're men. The very things in this society that was pointing to is saying basically the whole documentary said everything that you're experiencing as a lonely man is based upon women. Not the fact that you play Xbox all day or you don't know. It's like one thing, I don't know how to talk to a woman. Guess what? Newsflash, none of us knew how to talk to women or men until we started doing it. But I guarantee you, you're not going to learn how to do it in your basement of your mother's home playing Xbox 14 hours a day. You're not. That's just the symptom of the problem. And that's what I say. The symptom of your problem lies in you are not allowing yourself to grow outside of the box that you all have placed yourselves in and blaming everybody else. How many times do I have to say that to a Buddha face? You sure? Huh? You mean Grand Theft Auto didn't teach you how to listen? It was so funny because the last Grand Theft Auto Push Factory. This is and the only reason I know this is because people were crying about it. But Grand Theft Auto 6, I didn't know it been 12 years since the last one. Okay, that's how much I played Grand Theft Auto when I was younger, but I still didn't. I was never the type. I play Civilization now. I still play Civilization 6. I got 7, but I play Civilization games. But yeah, I get out. I'm out more than I'm in. But I didn't know this, and now listen to these guys. The Grand Theft Auto 6 got pushed back into next year. And I don't know what I've been waiting for 12 years. I was like, wait, what? You you consciously have been waiting on the game for 12 years, and you're single. Yeah, I like fucking more than I like playing Grand Theft Auto. Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm trying to explain Nancy Pelosi. That's why they try to put down. I'm trying to understand the point. I know you're always trying to understand, and I will give you room to understand. I will give you that room to understand. But what don't you understand about Nancy Pelosi? Remember, direct the questions to me, and I will answer. What don't you understand about Nancy Pelosi? Well, how old were you when Nancy Pelosi first became Speaker of the House? How old were you when John Boehner passed the gavel to Nancy Pelosi the first time? How, stop it, Reese. Right. I can't with you. I cannot with Reese. Yes. How old were you? How old were you? Um, I'm trying to wait for an answer. Hey, what's up, Dresses and Sword? I'm waiting for an answer. Um, I'm waiting for the answer. I want to know during the first service from how old were you in 2007? How old were you in 2007, Dark Knight? Dark Knight, you still here? Did he answer and I missed it? Okay, so you were 20 in 2007 when Nancy Pelosi first became Speaker of the House. So you understand she was the first female Speaker of the House, and it was during the Obama years. She had already served um, in Congress. So you were 20. How much in tune with politics were you at 20? You were 20? Are you young? Still young. Right. I was 20. I was 21. That was a fun year. Dresses and sword. No one talking to you. Don't make me confusing the issue. Uh, I'm not talking to you. Yeah. Dark Knight, how old were you? Damn, I'm old too. Yeah, who? I think Gracie's the only one in here that is older than me. Oh, Marsh, how old are you? Like you, I'm still older than you. See, this is what I mean. Nancy Pelosi was first female Speaker of the House when she first, and she's been female Speaker of the House twice. She was been there twice because she took the mantle again in 2019 during the Donald Trump years. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember this? Yeah, that was priceless when she was sitting behind Donald Trump and she tore his speech up. That was priceless. Yes, was it iconic? Yes. It was like, how much older than you are, Tina? Nancy, I didn't know you were in there, Nancy. Stop flaunting your age. I'm the only one. But I say that because when people don't realize that it's their perspective. So your 20-year-old perspective in 2007, I guarantee you weren't focused on politics. You weren't focused on the effects that those decisions were having at that time and how important she was. So I asked the question again. What was your, what did you need to understand about Nancy Pelosi? What did you need to understand? I just got here, so I can only guess the comment is about Pelosi doing something. No, the conversation is about Democrats failing us again, and that's what started. I was on a rant. I've been on a rant for like an hour and 30 minutes about how bad the Democrats and they failed, and I predicted it. I said it was going to happen. Um, that's what I was on a rant about. Well, let's be real, all right. You look 35 most. I'm voting honor. I'm voting honor after, especially after just reaching my 58th birthday and still able to throw it. Me left. That is it. He's been on a rant since last night when he called. Technically, I've been on a semi rant since last Tuesday when I knew that they were going to fuck up because they were going to misinterpret their election results and what they meant, and they were going to fuck it up. So the rant got worse. I'm telling you, the rant actually got worse on Friday when Ketanji Brown Jackson in a stay against policy SNAP benefits. It was just a weekend, and I had promised the family I would play movies, and they listened to me 5 nights a week. And I was actually ranting when I would turn the sound off and rant some more, but we had movie nights, so I, I have to I have to go there. Sir, been following you since 2020. You take breaks in the same rant. So we're gonna speed past that comment. But I've been consistent though. I've been consistent. It's not like I switched it up on you all. It's not like I switched it up on you. It's like it's the same thing. That's why I say at the end of the day, we do what we do and we consistently call it the same thing. Because the same thing. Okay, what text me? It must be Petra or Reese. It must be. Yep, I was right. It's Petra. Oh, that's you. Okay. Listen, I don't know. I was working for a human rights campaign and met Nancy Pelosi. Okay, so I got you. You met her, but did you have a question about something that you didn't understand? While he's answering that, there are 55 of you all in here. I know I can get at least a couple of you all to make a donation to our Cash App that we use to help those who happen to be homeless. And, and like I say, and if you follow me, you know where your money goes because you get to see us in action. We have several things coming up. This is the schedule. That's my schedule for this week. This is the schedule for this week of places we will be. And without giving too much away, um, these, these are the places that we will be this week, giving out groceries, um, helping people um, pass out groceries and doing meals. So if you all would like to help, like I said, it's 53 here. As soon as I talk about money, I feel like Reverend Ike, and I hate it. But if you all are really about that business, you have a couple extra dollars that you don't want to spend on some tennis shoes that you don't need this week, help me spend them on people who do need them. So that's what I'm asking. All this political content stuff is free. Movies are free. But if you want to make a donation and help us help those who need it, you and consciously gave me the vocabulary of intersectionality. That's a great grant. Thank you. Thank you. I need to go to bed. I literally slept all day today. Still not feeling good. Catch you later. All right, Rain. Are you off tomorrow? The Republicans are attacking the minority because they become minority. When? What? When did you get? Where do you get that from? Why do you think that? Why do you think that? Why do you think that they're the majority with a minority? Why? Because Republican is a mentality, not an identity. It's a mentality. It's not rooted. It's rooted in white supremacy, but it's a mentality. And I hate to break it to you all, but there are more poor white people in the world in this country than you think, and they ride with Republicans because of faces at the bottom of the way. Why do you think a mentality is is minority to the various ethnic groups and minority that we represent? All right, you got to work tomorrow. Get some rest. Let me know how you feel. What's unapologetic? What's up, unapologetic? I just want to. I'm turning my other. I just want to see how many. I want to see how many people heard what I just said. I'm gonna call out names so that y'all. I don't call out any names. It means nobody heard what I just said. The litmus test for the mentality was Reagan, good for everyday people, bad for them. You talk about trickle down economics that doesn't work. The litmus test for the mentality was Reagan, good for everyday people or bad for them. I think you have. I don't know. I'll make sure I'm interpreting that correct. Because Reagan had fucked up policies too. Reagan was the king of fucked up policies for minorities. Reagan, who started his campaign by giving a speech in Philadelphia, Mississippi, in Neshoba County, where during the civil rights movement, three civil rights workers were killed and dumped into a river while registering black people to vote. That's where he opened his campaign up at when he announced he was running for presidency. Yeah, Reagan was fucked up. Reagan was fucked up. Reagan also gave us the war on drugs that included when drugs were being imported into the country by the government because drugs were not coming into this country by migrants walking across the border or in on ships, and they were doing everything but address those issues. Reagan, who was president, he was governor of California when the Panthers came into San Diego with guns that were their right to carry, and all of a sudden, even the NRA jumped on gun restrictions for Panthers and black people. So yeah, fuck Reagan. Thank you, Petra. Thank you. I will. Um, yes, true love is war. You still drink the Kool-Aid. Okay, I understand what you're saying, Mark. Right. I just came in, but fill me in on what's going on, please, so I can get up to speed. Democrats, fuck Democrats are weak asses. Just start anywhere there, you good. He certainly was. He was ignorant also. He he was a special kind of ignorant that he was. I don't know what to say. He was a good actor. He was a good actor. He was a better actor when he was president and governor than he was, in the when he married Jane Wyman. But my thing is that when I see you say he was ignorant, he spoke the language that Donald Trump speaks. Also, he just spoke it from a different way, and he did have different views. Like his view on terrorists was dead on. That's why Trump got mad when Canadians used it against him. And he was good. No one is neutral. Either the devil or Savior. That tells you whether someone's standing right. Yeah, everything helps to feed those less peace and whatever. Thank you, World Name. Yeah, it does. Everything and the only, like I say, I got Robert. Thank you, Robert. You still here? You're the only person that answered the call when I put it out. When the 56 people were in here. I understand it's hard on everybody, but $10 it does help. It does help. We can help those who less fortunate, um, especially since we are still experiencing food insecurity, and we're going to be experiencing food insecurity no matter what. If we stop giving 500 meals out, we're back to 200. That's still way too many. That's still way too many. But we're not going to be back to 200 tomorrow. Um, we're still going to be passing out groceries to over 500 people because of the fact, and I live in one of the richest counties in Kansas, and we still are experiencing food insecurity because people don't realize how many people work for the government outside of DC. People don't realize a lot of the workforce that works for the government is outside of DC and government run projects. And it should be a sign when air traffic controllers are not getting paid. Just think, if you live in a place where the airport is, TSA agents aren't getting paid. That means that people that do the work to help those who happen to be homeless with the limited budget that the government does give us are not getting that. Uh, I just want to thank you for talking to me. I really appreciate it. That's good, but I appreciate if you take my input and do something with it. Do something with it. It's not enough just to hear it. It's enough. You got to do something. Like I say, I still haven't got an answer from any of the people I asked. I said we're going to disagree. We're going to disagree about whether you're disagreeing with me. That's what I be wanting. If you want to agree to disagree with me, tell me succinctly what I said that you're disagreeing with. Besides, maybe I pronounced one of the senators' name more from the Arabic sound of the name instead of English sounding name. And I can't believe people got mad with me about that. Say, she doesn't pronounce it like that. It's Hassan. Hassan. There's nothing more that makes it so funny to listen to Americans when you pronounce their name and the origin of the name, and it happens to be some kind of some group they don't like, and they say you mispronounced the name. No, I pronounce the name like the largest majority of the people who use it pronounce it. Yeah, yeah. It rules out few flights, pilots, and bag handlers, less money. Right. But see, and this is it. Like I said, this ended because the holidays are coming. I just like the holidays are coming up, and donors are just like, hey, look, y'all about to interfere with our overhead, you know. But I tell you, you can look at some other economic indicators like the stock market today. After the decision to reopen the government, even though it takes a couple of days, they know it's coming in a couple of days. Look at the stock prices. If it was February, if it was February, you might could get to summer. You might could get to summer. I'm trying to say, you definitely get there before January 4th. What's the first major holiday after February? March, April, May, June, January, July the 4th? You would definitely get there. Yeah, yeah. That's the only way I can see why they reopened the government. So they reopened the government. I just laugh and joke about the holiday. They reopened it because they're weak. They reopened it because they were weak. If anything, it would have made a greater impact to extend the. I know, and I'm one of the first people to say that I need those who can to help me help those who can. But if we suffered 40 days, we could have. And I know that's gonna sound horrible. If we suffered 40 days for nothing, we could have went into the holiday season, and I guarantee you, businesses would have come on board and told the Republicans, "I need to do something." A little closer to the holidays, and businesses would have seen their bottom lines not being hit by Black Friday sales and deals. Grandmother, y'all, my grandmother has entered the chat. You want to say something nice about my grandmother and tell her I don't know why she's at 11:45 Eastern time and she can't sleep. So that means you all need to say something nice to my grandmother. Play with you all. Yeah, I don't play fair. I'll say hello to grandmother. She can't sleep. She just says she can't sleep. So, good morning. Yeah, that's it. There you go. Oh, Queen. Hey, that's my queen. That's my queen auntie. My grandmother and my aunt came into the live at the same time. Oh, yes. I know. Y'all enjoy it. Y'all enjoy the replay. I won't be cussing. I won't be cussing for a moment. That's because of my grandmother. My aunt cusses just like I do. So, my grandmother does not. My aunt cusses just like I do. I'll say something nice to my grandmother. I'll share some positive. Because both of them are up. Both of them are up. I know what time it is exactly what they are. I know one of them has school in the morning. Yeah, but I love your commentary. Spot on. Thank you. Thank you. I'm still waiting for people to tell me, the people that were in my commentary starting in the last week telling me they were going to disagree with me. I want to know what those people are today. You're off to Mother Ground? Okay. mother's off tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's right. You're off for Veterans Day. Queen Auntie, you off for Veterans Day too? Uh, the chief, every cups with tea. No, there's no hiding when it comes to her son. She's not hiding anything. As you know, matter of fact, my mother, you know I can't drink coffee and talk at the same time, right? That's why I gotta. That's why I'm only showing from up to if you hear, because I spilled coffee on my wife. I'm gonna make some more coffee after this. Coffee does not keep me woke. That's another thing. I'm an insomniac. It's not because I drink coffee. If I'm sleepy and my body tells me it's time to go to sleep, I can drink a gallon of coffee. I'm going to sleep. Like, may God continue to bless you and yours. Ancestors do all the time. Thank you. Y'all stay woke because somebody has to call out the weak ass Democrats on the weak ass policy. Somebody has to do it because y'all have to stop living in this delusion. Y'all have to stop living with this delusion that Democrats mean us any good. And like I say, y'all see this? Y'all see this? Yeah, I know y'all got cash out. I know some of you all can afford it. Those of you all can't, I'm not talking to you. But those it's 50 people in here. I know 10 of you all can afford to make a donation to those who happen to be homeless. I know it. I know. And we do the work. I don't know. I'm telling you all, I'm gonna start raising money for buses because y'all seen that's an easy donation. It pays $396,000. Yes, I am not letting that go until the end of the year, at least. At least. I'm not letting it go that people came on here and told you all things and never showed you all things and they raise money for a community garden that Shay comes out of her pocket and does, or raising for a bus that none of them had the ability to do anything they said they were going to do with the bus, like mental health. Listen, they said they were going to buy a bus to come into the community and give mental health screening analysis and none of the people doing any of those things had the ability to do them. But not gonna let it go. Not let it go. Do you have any hope in Mandani? I have more hope in Mandani than I did in anything else that was going on for New York. Anything else? Mandani has the passion, the youth, and I think he's going to surprise New York. Do I think he's going to accomplish everything he wants to accomplish? No, because I think the system is pushed back on him harder than he thinks. But if he accomplishes half the things he says he's accomplished, he will be the best thing to happen in New York since before Daryl Dinkins. Daryl Dinkins. Yep, he definitely he. And I don't think we'll have to worry about some allegations or lawsuits against New York because he's Andrew Cuomo, or you would have to worry about him personally going out and beating up somebody by calling them an undocumented immigrant when in fact they were American citizens like Siwa, Curtis Siwa. So at the end of the day, I like the rhetoric. I like and we'll see. We'll see. But definitely, he's the third. He was the best candidate they had, hands down. I worry about his safety too. And this is the thing, Marsh. I will say another thing that's wrong with the Democratic Party. You look at the fact what you see how long it took people except AOC endorsed him from the beginning. Bernie Sanders endorsed him. The people that are serious about it, they endorsed it. It took the governor along. And this is it gets me. Democrats always talk about we're gonna whoever wins the primary, that's who we're gonna get behind. What took Hakeem? What took Hakeem Jeffries so long to get behind? What took so long for Adam to get behind? See, that's the problem, and still didn't get they won't even get out and defend the fact that I'm not doing video on the difference between socialism, democratic socialism, and communism because it's obvious that stupid people don't know. It amazes me that we live in a country that we have socialist aspects of it, like school system, fire department, anything we raise taxes for the pay. That's socialism, but people don't know. and then to let them, and they were so busy pushing back on other things that those Democrats didn't come to the aid of them when they were talking about his comments. But you know, they can all get out here and go after other things. But I digress. And the problem is they say they are progressive, but don't progress. It's not even just. I'm gonna tell you. I don't think they're scared. I just don't think they're progressive. I don't. I think there are Democrats that are progressive, but they are the minority wing of the Democratic Party, and they are. They're always stifled by the moderates that are Republicans, like as I call them. They believe in. I would say I got 6 years to do exactly what I say you do. You can't do anything about it. I'm not going to worry about running for the next office when I need to do the best I can in this office. I would be the same way in the thing. I would be the same way in the house, but I would bring boxing gloves because I would want to box people on and that wouldn't go over too well. I was like, come down here, let's box on the floor for your opinion. I'll vote the way you want to. If I beat you, then shut the fuck up. I want to box. I want to turn. I think that's the only way they're going to get people start running away by saying that I will beat you up if you don't, if you're not progressive. If you trick me into believing you were progressive, and then when the same time you do progressive shit, and you say, well, we got to think about this, I'm punching you dead in your shit. And you better hope I have gloves on because these are some big hands and them are some big knuckles. And I don't mind. If you were a senator, what would you do for the country? You want to be more specific? First thing, I mean, be more specific about what. I'm ready. What issue do you want to know? What would I do for the country would be hampered by who also will be on board with me. So that's a fallacy and a question of itself. Now, what would I do? Ask me a topic about what? What would I? Let's get. Let's get. Let's see if your questions are up to the challenge of your initial question. Or what would I do for the country? Depends on what part of the country you're talking about. What would I do for racists and bigots? I would fight for the end of racism and bigotry by ending racism and bigotry. Is that good? What are your ideas? No, 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 Dark King, Dark Knight. That is a general idea. What are my ideas? My idea, I have an idea that I'm hungry right now. I'm really thirsty and I want some more coffee, but I want to finish this up. That's an idea. You asked me a direct question. You started it, then that means you have the burden of asking me a direct question about something. And I am ready to answer yes, yes, Gracie, especially how you'll fight for the hungry. Okay, that's a good question. And I'm gonna help you with that question. How would I fight for those who are experiencing hunger and those who are experiencing food insecurity and homeless? I'm gonna put all those together. And how would I fight for that? I would introduce legislation that would mandate that the government invest a certain percentage of its GDP into building homes and services to address the issue of homelessness directly with community activists that are on the site doing the work. Yeah, that's what I would do because we could solve the issue of homelessness in the richest country in the world and children going to sleep hungry. We could solve that. I would solve it all. I would wrap it up all in one bill, and then I would go around and am I in the Senate? I'm in the Senate or the House. Which one? Because one of them requires me to kidnap and hold hostage fewer people than the other. In the House, I gotta get at least 218. So I probably have to, tie some people up, threaten them, or send out some of my acquaintances to get information on them that we can use a blackmail. Yes, I believe all that. Next, the profits coming. You're right. Yeah. DC Central Kitchen. What about DC Central Kitchen? I think I just answered that question. Next, DC Central Kitchen. That's not a question. That goes right in with. I just said how I would address the homeless problem and the problem of those who drug And also, my homeless bill would be an omni bill. I'm not just like Republicans be stuffing everything in the bill. I'm stuffing everything in that bill to do with homelessness and food insecurity. And then I'm going to blackmail you into passing it because I'm going to do opposition research. And I see me, I'm not fun. People can't blackmail me. People have tried to blackmail me before, and I'm like, I've done more to ruin my whole life than y'all collectively get together if you ruin my life. You're going to come out. You know you've been in prison. Yes, everybody knows I've been in prison. You can pull up my prison record. No one is going to be surprised that I beat up pedophiles in prison. Nobody's going to be surprised that I spent months in solitary confinement because I'm violent. Nobody. So y'all have fun with that. Yep. All right. What's next, Austin? Yes, you did. That's exactly what they were doing. Like he hasn't answered these questions times over decades. Thank you. That's why I tell people, Raven, you know, you could go back and look at bring up my social media from Facebook. My answers are still the same to these questions, but I'm ready. But that's why I tell people, I'm never afraid to have a conversation about where I stand on positions. Because we do the work. We have done the same work Raven and I do since we've known each other. We did before this. We will do after this. If TikTok goes away, we will still be out here doing the work. So I'm ready. The same answers on racism and bigotry. I've, I've made these statements on social media since MySpace. If you don't know what MySpace are, what MySpace is, all right, did you? Yes, you can do that. Exactly what they're doing. No, that's not what they're doing. That's not what this government is doing. This government is not even having a discussion on homelessness in the richest country in the world like they should. They're not having a discussion on why there are 150,000 homeless children in the largest city in the country, one of the largest cities in the world. They're not having that. There is no reason why 100,000 children in New York are homeless. There's no reason. There's no reason California, the richest state in the union, is having people scam millions of dollars on the programs that they're supposed to be building houses for those who have to be homeless. No, there is no reason why this country is looking at AI seeking certain jobs and not thinking about the fact that we still have people that need to eat and we should come up with universal income based upon the output of AI. AI just needs power, not food. So what else? Because at the basis of it, if a society cannot take care of its citizens enough that they're eating a healthy meal and not going hungry, you don't deserve to be the richest country in the world, and your government is a failure. Because government is supposed to be for the people, by the people. And if the people are hungry and starving to the tune of millions a day, then something is fucked up in your system, especially when you have the most billionaires in the world. You just said, I just said R. What did I just say? Did I say something wrong, Brent? Money is going in too many pockets. Oh, you just said it. Listen, I can't be saying too much. Nope. Y'all didn't have me donate some cash out. I haven't donated some cash out. I can't be saying too much. Rich getting richer is the problem. You know what? I will say that used to be the problem. Now it's the fact that they don't want anybody else to eat to maintain their riches. That's a problem. Let me tell you something. It's not that I care about people having $1 billion. It's that I care about people having $1 billion in a system where a million people are going hungry for that $1 million to exist. I do believe in distribution of wealth. I do. If I could find a way to play cybernetic Robin Hood, I would. I would. But the thing about it is, they wouldn't even miss it. They wouldn't miss it. They wouldn't miss it. I'd take $5 billion from Elon Musk and redistribute it to those who are not eating, and he would not be any less wealthy. And we have to also understand government is supposed to be of the people by the people. And we're not requiring it to be of the people by the people. We keep electing people from not all of them. ACO is a prime. Alexandria Ocasio Cortez is a prime example that she's not from the same class as everybody around her in government. But we keep electing. We might as well call it the House of Lords because we keep electing people from a certain financial class to try to administer to people that are mostly not of that class, that don't have the same problem. That is, I don't mind. Don't ever get the idea I mind people earning a living. I do not mind people earning a living. I think that should be a requirement if they need to. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with a government that doesn't understand its obligation to all people and to stop talking about the problems of the rich without addressing the problems of the poor. That's like when we talk about things, the fire department is coming into the neighborhood to put out your neighbor's house that's on fire, and you're over here with your house that's intact, talking about what about my house? That's what our government is having conversations with them about their house and say, well, what can we do to help you make your house better? While these houses are over here on fire and you're doing the minimal amount to them because you're doing things to try to help people whose house is not on fire, who's not in danger of being on fire because they want to be victims. Because they want to be what? Did I say something wrong? Did I say something wrong? All right. We out of here, you all. I appreciate it, Marshall Lee. Thank you. We're out of here. Come snatch about to come home. And remember, random act of kindness. Tell somebody you love them. And I hope in return you get told you love them in return. Peace. See you tomorrow.